Have you ever had the impression that someone dislikes or is resentful of you for no apparent reason? Sensing another person's animosity can be confusing and hurtful, particularly if we don't know where it came from. In this video, we'll examine the causes of these unfavorable emotions from a Buddhist standpoint. Buddhism tells us that feelings like aversion and hatred frequently result from internal suffering, miscommunication, and a lack of empathy and understanding. We will attempt to gain a deeper comprehension of the 7 fundamental sources of hostility and how we might address it with compassion and composure by using this lens of traditional wisdom. This video is for you if you're ready to learn more about human dynamics and how to turn negativity into a driving force for personal development. Now, let's get started. 1. Mutual misunderstanding. Mutual misunderstanding is fertile ground for conflict and discontent. It arises from the gap between what one person is trying to communicate and what the other perceives. Often, our words and actions are interpreted through the filters of the other person's experiences, beliefs, and emotions, and vice versa. This play of distorted mirrors can lead to a mistaken image of our intentions, breeding mistrust and resentment. In the context of Buddhism, erroneous perception is considered one of the 3 roots of human suffering, along with desire and aversion. We are encouraged to seek clarity in our perception and to communicate with others consciously and compassionately to mitigate misunderstandings. When we don't take the time to clarify our intentions or verify our understanding of others' messages, we leave room for misunderstanding to take root and grow. Language, both verbal and nonverbal, is complex and multifaceted. Sometimes what we say doesn't fully reflect what we truly feel or think, and what we hear may be colored by our past experiences or current emotional state. In human interaction, it is vital not only to speak and listen, but also to ensure that understanding is accurate, seeking clarification when necessary. To overcome mutual misunderstanding, Buddhism suggests practices such as active listening, reflection before speaking, and openness to seeing situations from multiple perspectives. By applying these practices, we can move closer to mutual understanding and reduce feelings of hatred or resentment that arise from misunderstandings. Ultimately, mutual understanding is much more than simply understanding each other's words. It is connecting with shared humanity and the other's experience on a deeper level. 2. Envy or jealousy. Envy and jealousy are deeply rooted emotions in the human psyche, and their impact on interpersonal relationships can be profound and often destructive. These feelings arise when we observe someone possessing or achieving something we desire for ourselves. Instead of feeling inspired or happy for the other person, we feel diminished in comparison, as if their success somehow underscores our own shortcomings or failures. In Buddhism, it is recognized that envy and jealousy are products of ego and attachment. We cling to an idea of how things should be or what we deserve, and when reality doesn't align with these expectations, toxic feelings emerge. Envy can be particularly corrosive, as we not only wish to have what the other has, but in some cases may wish the other did not have it. These emotions are also fueled by constant comparison, a habit exacerbated by social media culture and the tendency to showcase only the most successful or glamorous aspects of our lives. This barrage of images of success and happiness can make it challenging for some not to feel envious. The Buddhist practice to counteract envy and jealousy includes cultivating sympathetic joy, the ability to sincerely rejoice in the happiness and success of others. The development of gratitude for what one has is also encouraged, recognizing that true satisfaction does not come from comparing oneself to others, but from appreciating and valuing one's own path and achievements. By acknowledging that envy and jealousy are emotions arising from our insecurities and comparisons, we can begin to work on ourselves to overcome them. This involves a process of self-reflection and the development of greater compassion and understanding towards ourselves and others. In doing so, we not only diminish negative feelings towards others, but also open the path to greater inner peace and genuine happiness. 3. Differences in values. Differences in values can be fertile ground for conflict when personal convictions clash. The beliefs and values we hold are not mere passing opinions. They often form the core of our identity and guide our most important decisions and actions. Therefore, when we encounter someone whose values seem to be directly opposed to ours, it can be a challenge to maintain harmony and understanding. This can lead to antipathy that does not root in what the other person does but in what they represent to us. Discrepancies in values can manifest in debates on social issues, differences in life priorities, or even in lifestyles and personal choices. These differences can be perceived as threats to our own beliefs and, as a result, can trigger a defensive reaction that, in some cases, can become overt. From a Buddhist perspective, we are encouraged to adopt a path of compassion and understanding. This does not necessarily mean that we should change our beliefs to accommodate others, but we should strive to understand the origin of their values and respect their right to hold them. This understanding can help mitigate the resentment that arises from differences and allows us to interact with others more peacefully and respectfully. Recognizing that all beings seek happiness and that values often arise from deeply ingrained cultural experiences and teachings can help create a bridge of empathy. By addressing differences in values with an open mind and a heart willing to understand, we can often find common ground, or, at the very least, agree to disagree in a way that does not degrade our mental health or relationships with others. 4. Projection. Projection is a defense mechanism described in psychology where a person attributes their own unwanted feelings, thoughts, or motives to another person. This often occurs unconsciously and can be a source of misunderstandings and interpersonal conflicts. For example, someone who is dissatisfied with their own life may project those feelings of dissatisfaction onto others, disturbing themselves and their relationships. Projection can lead to unfair accusations and unfounded hostility. One may start to hate in others those parts of oneself that are found unacceptable or difficult to face. This phenomenon not only distorts reality and damages relationships, but also hinders personal growth by preventing us from facing and working on our own internal issues. Buddhism invites us to look inward and develop greater self-awareness to recognize these patterns of projection. Meditation and mindfulness are essential practices to cultivate a deeper understanding of our own minds. By doing so, we can begin to discern between our perception and others' reality, taking responsibility for our own feelings and thoughts. Recognizing and accepting our own flaws and vulnerabilities is a crucial step to free ourselves from the need to project them onto others. This not only improves our relationships, but also leads us to a state of greater compassion and empathy. By working to dissolve the tendency to project, we open ourselves to a more authentic and meaningful interaction with the world around us. 5. Rumors or gossip. Rumors and gossip are a form of communication that can be particularly harmful and destructive. These narratives, often based on speculation or distortions of the truth, spread easily and quickly, with the potential to ruin reputations and damage relationships. What starts as an innocuous comment can turn into a defamatory story that takes on a life of its own, affecting how others see and treat the person in question. The dynamics of rumors and gossip are often rooted in the desire for social power or the need to belong to a group. Sharing privileged or negative information about someone can provide a sense of importance or exclusivity. However, the consequences of participating in gossip can be broad and lasting, especially for those who are the subject of it. In Buddhism, truth and the integrity of speech are highly valued. It is taught that speech should be used to promote kindness and understanding, not to sow division or pain. Gossip in this context is seen as an action that creates suffering, both for the speaker and the listener, and, of course, for the person being talked about. To counter the spread of rumors and gossip, mindfulness in communication can be practiced, choosing words that are true, necessary, and kind. This not only avoids unnecessary harm, but also fosters a culture of respect and transparency. By being aware of the harmful effects that rumors and gossip can have, we can choose not to participate in them and instead actively seek to clarify and challenge false or misleading information. In doing so, we not only protect others from unjust harm, but also cultivate our own integrity and contribute to a more compassionate and connected community. 6. Fear of the unknown. The fear of the unknown is a powerful and often paralyzing force that can dictate our reactions and prejudices towards others. When faced with situations or people we don't fully understand, the initial response may be reluctance or rejection. This instinct, rooted in caution in the face of uncertainty, can lead us to form quick and sometimes hostile judgments that hinder openness and genuine connection. This ancestral fear can manifest in many ways, from distrust of those who differ from us in appearance, behavior, or belief, to reluctance to explore new ideas or ways of life. The result is a world divided by invisible walls of suspicion and misunderstanding, where hostility can flourish without real cause. Beyond fearful imagination, Buddhism teaches us to embrace the uncertainty of life as part of the path to enlightenment. Through the practice of meditation, acceptance of the unknown is encouraged, and the courage to face it is cultivated. We are encouraged to approach the unknown, not with fear, but with an open and curious mind, willing to learn and grow from new experiences. By overcoming the fear of the unknown, we not only enrich our own lives with greater understanding and empathy, but also contribute to a more inclusive and less divisive environment. Accepting uncertainty can open us to the beauty of diversity and the infinite possibilities that the world offers. With each act of courage to face the unknown, we take a step towards a fuller and more connected existence. 7. Past conflicts. Past conflicts and the resentments derived from them can tint our current perception of the world and the people around us. Unhealed emotional wounds act as lenses through which we see the actions of others, often interpreting them wrongly as offensive or malicious. This emotional baggage can make us carry a legacy of hatred or distrust, even in situations or with people unrelated to the original conflict. The difficulty in letting go of old grievances and moving forward may lie in the identity we have built around these conflicts. In some cases, resentment is rooted so deeply that it becomes a part of how we define ourselves, and forgiving or releasing those feelings might feel like a loss of self or vulnerability. Buddhism, with its emphasis on impermanence and constant change, provides a perspective that can help lighten the burden of these old conflicts. It reminds us that attachment to things, people, or our own story of suffering is the source of all pain, and that by practicing forgiveness and understanding, we can start to dissolve the resentment and see every moment as a fresh chance for peace and reconciliation. Meditation can be a useful tool in this process, offering a compassionate and judgment-free space in which to observe our feelings and thoughts. Through practicing mindfulness, we can learn to disassociate ourselves from the past and realize that harboring grudges only serves to impede our progress and prolong our suffering. We can engage with the world around us in a genuine and compassionate way when we strive to let go of previous disagreements. Thank you for joining us on this exploration into the depths of human emotions and relationships through the lens of Buddhist wisdom. If you found value in our discussion, consider subscribing to Wisdom in Words for more insightful content. We appreciate your thoughts and experiences. Share them in the comments below. Your support is vital to our community's growth. Thank you for being part of it. For more on navigating life's complexities through Buddhist teachings, subscribe and join us in future explorations. Thank you for being part of Wisdom in Words. Until next time, may your path be filled with compassion and understanding.